You're watching Good Morning Suncoast at 6.
A Florida city is making a change for inclusiveness, adopting a policy that'll change how immigrants are profiled in the workplace.
And a warning this morning for swimmers headed to Suncoast beaches. We're going to have a live report from Lido Beach this morning.
And a Florida police officer showed a simple act of kindness to a man looking to improve his life. Good Morning Suncoast starts right now. I love that.
I love that story. Wait till you hear this. It's such a good one.
He's got his left hand on his head. You'll see it. You'll see it. It's 6 o'clock. Good morning, Tuesday. I'm Ray Collins.
And I'm Stephanie Webb. Thanks for waking up with us here on Good Morning Suncoast. John Scalzi off on the friendly skies to vacation. Josh Stone in with him today.
Thank you very much. Yeah, 82 degrees is our current temperature. We walk outside, dew point at 75, humidity at 79. So once again, muggy conditions and cloudy skies right now, but there's some showers and even a few thunderstorms developing here in the Gulf of Mexico. Same old song and dance. Had an area of low pressure to our north. This has been the story for several days now. Continues to spin around counterclockwise and bring all this moisture in from the Gulf of Mexico. So we're going to get our share of shower activity this morning, and then anything that develops later today most likely will be inland. As far as the only game in town right now, a little shower activity along Casey Key. No lightning coming out of this, but we will get our share of wet weather today. As far as our highs today, topping out in the upper 80s, lower 90s depending on where you are, but expect mostly cloudy skies and the showers to ramp up, especially inland later on today. What can we expect for the rest of our work week? And of course, what's happening in the tropics, I'll let you know when I come back. Back to you.
All right, talk to you soon. Thank you, Josh. Checking first alert traffic right now. First off, in Manatee County, we do have an issue there to talk to you about. It is at 14th Street northbound at State Road 70, also known as 53rd Avenue, in that section of Manatee County. So be aware of that. Busy spot, just made busier. Farther south now, into the northern half of Sarasota County, nothing to speak of there. And then our South County maps will show not much, nothing. 6:01 on your Tuesday morning.
Well, this morning, 3 people are in the hospital after nearly drowning at Lido Beach yesterday. 2 adults, 1 child were rescued.
Our Marla Spence is there now and has a story on the dangerous rip current. Marla?
Hey guys, today beachgoers across Southwest Florida are encouraged to take extra precaution if they plan to go out for a swim today. Right now, there's a high rip current risk in effect until later tonight. Now, just yesterday, several beachgoers at surrounding beaches were rescued due to rough sea waters. At least 5 people in Clearwater Beach needed to be rescued, but thankfully, none of them needed medical attention. Unfortunately, that wasn't the case for 3 people on Lido Beach. One 40-year-old man, a 40-year-old woman, and a 10-year-old boy was rescued from the beach after nearly drowning. Both adults were taken to Sarasota Memorial Hospital, and that child was bay flighted to All Children's Hospital. Right now, their conditions are still unknown this morning. This is something that hopefully we'll be getting more information later on today. Now, we spoke to one beachgoer who witnessed the rescue. She says the waves were hitting pretty hard yesterday. She says what happened to the 3 people at Lido Beach was very unfortunate.
It's very scary to think that happened to someone. If you weren't a good swimmer, they would be hard to swim in. The waves were hitting you hard.
And coming up at 6:30, we're going to be telling you what the Sarasota County Fire Department as well as the National Weather Service says you should do if you come out to beaches or even get caught in a rip current. Reporting live in Sarasota County, I'm Marla Spence for ABC 7, your Suncoast News.
Now, 5 people were also rescued from rip currents on Clearwater Beach yesterday. City officials say 2 separate incidents happened with just an hour of each other. So here's what we know. A man and his son were stuck in the strong currents, yelling for help around 7 last night. A firefighter was able to swim out on a surfboard to help the 2 get back to shore. Then about 45 minutes later, 3 more swimmers had to be rescued by another fire medic on another surfboard. Now, none of those swimmers so far required any medical attention.
California now. Police in Oakland say they arrested a man who they say stabbed 2 women waiting for the subway, and 1 died. As reporter Andrew Spencer tells us, a subway passenger helped police find the suspect.
Police say 27-year-old John Cowell has a violent past. They believe he's the man seen on surveillance video stabbing 2 women on a BART platform in Oakland Sunday night. Monday afternoon, someone saw Cowell back on BART, a rider noticing him on the train.
We're very glad that in less than 24 hours we were able to get this subject into custody. Obviously very dangerous, not only in the BART system, but throughout all the communities here in the Bay Area.
BART Police Chief Carlos Rojas described Sunday's attack as one of the most vicious attacks he'd ever seen. A man seemingly unprovoked pulling out a knife and stabbing 18-year-old Nia Wilson and her older sister. Nia did not survive. Monday, nearly 1,000 people marched from the MacArthur BART station to downtown Oakland, holding a vigil for the Wilson sisters.
No justice, no peace! No justice, no peace!
The community has been rattled by the attack, the third death in less than a week that resulted from an assault on the Bay Area's transit system. Fears the attack may have been racially motivated hung over the demonstrations. As the rally went into the night, many gathered in front of this banner, which reads, "Bay Area stands against hate and white supremacy." Earlier in the day, Nia's godfather urged for calm, asking for people not to jump to conclusions.
We don't know if this was racist. We don't know if it was random. We don't know what it was.
Police are still trying to figure out the motive behind Sunday's attack. I'm Andrew Spencer, reporting.
6:05 now. If you plan to vote in the primary next month, you must be registered with a major political party. Democrats and Republicans will be choosing candidates for Senate, governor, cabinet, and a host of state races as well. Since Florida is called a closed primary state, independent voters and citizens registered with minor parties will not be allowed to cast ballots in those contests on August 28th. However, there is a significant number of non-partisan local races that everyone can take part in.
Some of the top ticket races, you have to be a part, register with a party. But for the down ticket races, a lot of those are going to be nonpartisan.
The primary again is August 28th. Florida has about 13 million registered voters.
A new voting location in the Newtown community is going to be open at the North Sarasota Library. Now this Monday, don't forget, July 30th is the last day to register if you want to vote in that August 28th primary. Progressive Sarasota is going to be hosting a voter registration in Newtown on July 28th and 29th. Volunteers will be set up at 2 local barbershop shops to register people to vote. They're going to be at Fatheads on Martin Luther King and Cutting Up on North Tamiami Trail from 10 in the morning until 2 in the afternoon. And President Trump is headed to Tampa next week. He's going to be holding a rally for Congressman and gubernatorial candidate Ron DeSantis. He's also going to be at the Tampa Bay Technical High School to promote and highlight vocational technical education and training.
Orlando will no longer be able to ask about applicants who apply and ask about their immigration status during the hiring process. The Orlando City Council approved the resolution known as the Trust Act. A coalition of immigrants and civil rights groups that advocated for the resolution says Orlando is the first city in the South to adopt the Trust Act. Other U.S. cities have passed similar measures like Philadelphia, Chicago, and Boston. Governor Scott has announced his latest plan of his Make Washington Work plan, requiring Congress to work full-time in order to receive their full-time salary. His proposal would require members to put in a full work week, whether in Washington or back in their districts, to keep their annual salary. The governor said in a press release that for too long, career politicians have been getting away with putting in the minimum effort possible to keep their jobs. This is unacceptable. Oh, by the way, Scott is running for Senate.
And a reminder this morning that a small act of kindness truly goes a long way. A Florida cop lent a helping hand, also a razor, to a homeless person hoping to improve his life. So here's a story. Officer Tony Carlson shaved the beard, you can see it right here, of a man who wanted to clean up his appearance because he had a job interview. Now, some people passing by noticed the act of kindness. One person whipped out the camera, took this video, which quickly went viral. The Tallahassee Police Department also posted about it on their Facebook page. Now, Phil, he is hoping to get hired at a local McDonald's.
I love that story.
I love it. Sometimes just one thing can change someone's life.
He's holding his head. Still ahead of Good Morning Suncoast.
The Suncoast rolled out the red carpet for a movie that star grew up here. We're going to have the story when we come back, but first.
Here's a live shot of Lido Key Beach. There's a tight shot of the sign. Here's the pool and pavilion area, I bet.
That's what the sign says.
Yeah, that's what I believe. There's some issues there with a rip current. Very serious stuff. We'll have more on that next half hour on Good Morning Suncoast.
And let's take a look outside. There's your tower cam this morning. Not a bad start to the day, but, you know, some storms in the forecast as usual. Josh Stone, what's the rest of the day look like?
All right, well, we're walking out to nice conditions, 82 degrees here in Sarasota, 81 in Bradenton, and 83 in Venice, but still showers and some thunderstorms starting to track in from the Gulf of Mexico right now. Nothing really to show you here along the Suncoast, just around Osprey, a little light shower, no lightning coming out of this, but it looks like we'll get our share of shower activity this morning, and then this afternoon maybe some inland showers, so scattered in nature, but high is topping out in the upper 80s, low 90s. What can we expect for the rest of the work week? I'll let you know in just a few minutes from now.
Soldiers in the Army National Guard serve to give back to their country and communities. Their part-time commitment qualifies them for an array of benefits, such as affordable health and life insurance benefits, education benefits, including tuition assistance, student loan repayment and GI Bill programs, a retirement plan based on part-time service, and VA home mortgages. Visit NationalGuard.com to learn more about all the benefits available in the Army National Guard.
Hello, Mom.
Amanda's mom's appointment just got rescheduled for today. Amanda needs right at home. Our customized care plan provides as much or as little help as her mom requires, whether it's a ride to the doctor or help around the house.
Oh, of course. Tom, I am really sorry. I've got to go.
Look, call right at home. Get the right care right at home.
Get more for your money at Sunset Subaru in Sarasota. Subaru vehicles hold their value better than any other brand for 2018, according to ALG. And Subaru is Kelley Blue Book's most trusted brand for 4 years running. The Subaru Forester is an IIHS top safety pick for 12 years running, and right now, you can lease a new Subaru Forester for just $229 a month, or get 0% financing with zero down. Get more for your money. Go to Sunset Subaru in Sarasota.
So, you've decided to go to college. That's cool. So, pop quiz. Which is a better way to earn your degree? Commute to college and fill your gas tank, get stuck in traffic, drive in bad weather, try to find a parking space, walk a half mile to class, or learn online at Independence University. In the park on a bench, on the beach on a towel, or on your couch with your kid, your campus is wherever you want it to be. You don't go to college. College goes to you. That's independence. That's Independence University. You schedule classes around your schedule, and all your supplies, including a brand new laptop and tablet, are included with tuition. At Independence U, you'll learn from professional instructors with real work experience. You'll get personal support in school and employment assistance when you graduate. Get your degree, but keep your life. That's independence. That's Independence University. So if you're really smart, you'd call now.
Call 1-800-965-2704.
Independence U, for an independent you.
Call 1-800-965-2704.
If you're looking for the perfect trip that allows you to spend quality time with a family, then discover the great outdoors on an Alabama Black Belt adventure. Create unforgettable memories while hunting, fishing, or biking and hiking. Or play the Robert Trent Jones Golf Trail, now celebrating 25 years. And while you're here, enjoy the flavors of the Black Belt. Book your adventure at our lodges or stay in the Renaissance Montgomery Hotel and Spa. Start planning an Alabama Black Belt adventure today.
Well, great to see you on this Tuesday morning. I'm meteorologist Josh Stone in for John Scalzi today. Rise and shine up in Adam. We're walking out to 82 degrees. A little bit of cloud cover out there. Wind out of the south and southwest at 13 miles per hour. That's been the story over the last several days with this westerly, southwesterly wind bringing in all the moisture off the Gulf of Mexico. And sure enough, we have more shower activity out here in the Gulf of Mexico on this Tuesday morning. And these are areas of little disturbed weather around this low pressure system that's to our north. Now, as far as what's happening on our local radar, not much to show you here. We did have a light shower around Casey Key and Osprey, around Blackburn Point Road not too long ago. Looks like that has finally fizzled out, but there's still more shower activity in the Gulf of Mexico that will swing in our direction as we go through the morning hours. And then this afternoon, I think the heavier showers and maybe some thunderstorms could take place inland. So another warm and humid day on tap for us. And once again, watch out for those rip currents if you're planning to go to the beach today, because they are pretty strong. Now, again, the culprit here, and this has been happening for several days now, this area of low pressure to our north, it's spinning around counterclockwise, continuing to whip around and bring in that moisture off the Gulf of Mexico. And that's what's happening, and that's what's been happening for a few days, but this is eventually going to move away. Area of high pressure to our south is going to come in, bounce that area of low pressure out of here, but still we're going to continue to get more of a southwesterly flow that will bring in more showers throughout this week. So it looks to be kind of a wet week for us. This is kind of an aggressive future cast here, showing some really heavy showers and storms around Arcadia in the mid-morning hours of this morning, but we'll keep an eye on it for you. But as far as the rest of the day goes, some scattered showers in nature, and the heaviest stuff most likely will be inland for today. Tropics looking pretty good. Nothing to show you here. We are in the middle of hurricane season now, and nothing to show you on this graphic, and that's what we like to report. As far as the beach and boating forecast, once again, we can't stress this enough. We have strong rip currents, so just look out for that if you are planning to go to the beach today. Southwesterly wind at 15 knots, so making the seas a little choppy if you're taking your boat out. Seas anywhere from 2 to 4 feet with a moderate chop in the bays and inland waterways. And the temperature today at the beach will be around 87 degrees, which is the same as the water temperature. High today in Sarasota, 88, maybe a little warmer in some locations, not by much. Average really is low 90s at this time of the year, but it will feel close to 100 degrees. So breaking down the 7-day outlook for you as we get into tomorrow and Thursday, basically the same forecast for the next several days. Now Friday, maybe a little lull in some of these showers, but still we are going to have our share of shower activity for the next several days thanks to this area of low pressure. And then once high pressure moves in, we're still going to get more of that southwesterly flow to bringing this moisture off the Gulf of Mexico. So that's what's happening here. We have more of this southwest westerly wind that continues to bring moisture here off the Gulf of Mexico to bring us the clouds, the showers, and just the muggy conditions throughout the next several days. Back to you, Stephanie.
All right, thanks so much, Josh. Let's take a look outside and check that first alert traffic. We do have one spot to tell you about right there in Manatee County, 41, where it's 14th Street northbound. There's a road closed from State Road 70, which is also 53rd Avenue, to 51st Street, or 51st Avenue Drive, excuse me. Again, US 41, where it's 14th Street, right there in the northbound lane. A road is closed from State Road 70, which is also 53rd, to 51st Avenue Drive. And then in Sarasota, those roads are still looking pretty decent so far this morning. Not too much to see right there. If you're heading a little bit farther south, 75, 41, both are still running pretty clear so far this morning. It is 6:17, and that is your first alert traffic. Well, a new movie called The Watchman's Edict made its premiere at the AMC 20 Theater in Bradenton. Now, the lead actor in the movie was born and raised right here on the Suncoast. ABC 7's Dwayne Lindo attended the premiere to find out what it was all about.
Think about it. A world where crime is foiled during its conception. Overpopulation's a thing of the past. The power to oversee everything.
Making its debut, a new political thriller. Hundreds made their way to the red carpet event to see lead actor Troy Williams, graduate of Bradenton Southeast High School, play the role of an investigative reporter digging into a government conspiracy.
When they put a casting call up for it, I was like, man, let me get my stuff together, and I went and auditioned for it, talked to the director, and I landed the role.
It was the first time the movie's director, Brian Boykins, directed a feature-length film, saying he wouldn't trade in the experience for anything. And as far as casting the lead, he says he made the right choice.
We knew what we were looking for, and I seen his work all over the place. And when I saw him, I just reached out and was like, hey, man, I kind of want you to audition for this role. He sent back a tape, and the rest is history.
Williams, starting out as a basketball player in high school, says it was fairly easy to make the transition from athlete to actor.
As athletes, we train to be the best, you know, so you apply some of the same principles that just always improving, focusing on improving. Just like we study game film with basketball and football, we do the same thing as actors.
Feeling confident that he can take it to the next level.
I do want to be the new Blade. You know, when Wesley Snipes retires it, you know, I know he's getting older, so they need someone I can play that role better than anyone. But obviously, I see myself maybe becoming a series regular on a top major network show.
I like that. Nice goals. Williams is a University of Central Florida graduate and says he wants to give back to his community in any way that he can.
Certainly sells himself well, doesn't he?
Yeah, very well spoken.
Still ahead on Good Morning Suncoast.
This morning, a desperate search is on for a missing college student in Iowa. We're going to have the latest details on her appearance and the story behind it coming up. Plus, Marla.
At least 3 people are recovering in the hospital this morning after nearly drowning here at Lido Beach. There's also a rip current risk and effect this morning. What you can do to stay safe if you plan to go out to the beach today. That's coming up at 6:30.
Thank you, Marla. Yes, indeed. Strong rip currents today. Watch out if you go toward the beaches. There's a pretty peaceful shot, though, of the Rosemary District. You're watching Good Morning Suncoast on ABC 7.
Ready to open up new opportunities as an electrician? Don't do it yourself. Team up with Mr. Sparky instead. We're locally owned and looking for people like you. We offer our electricians great perks that you just won't get going it alone. And whether you're an apprentice, a master electrician, or somewhere in between, we have a spot for you.
Best decision I ever made.
Apply online or call today.
You don't have to put up with any malarkey. Call 888-8-SPARKY.
Hi, I'm Janelle Hale, founder and CEO of the National Breast Cancer Foundation. No one should face breast cancer alone. When I was diagnosed 36 years ago, there was no internet, and I had to make a decision with little information. Early detection saved my life. It could save yours too. To learn what every woman needs to know about breast cancer, visit nbcf.org/hope.
Selfless service is the principle that guides Army National Guard soldiers to be ready whenever disaster strikes. They have a stake in the well-being of the neighborhoods where they live and work. They train part-time to be ready to serve at all times. Selfless service. It's what inspires the men and women of the Army National Guard to be part of something greater than themselves. Visit NationalGuard.com to learn more.
What do you get when you cross your tired, aching back with this fragile egg? The Egg Sitter Cushion, an amazing new flex cushion that supports your backside and spine so well you can sit on an egg without breaking it. Incredible!
You want me to sit on this egg? Okay. Can't believe I'm doing this. I don't even feel it. It didn't even break? Oh, I was wondering about that. Now that's a good cushion.
The honeycomb design is constructed of Elasticor that absorbs pressure points by collapsing in on itself. That's why even this egg won't break under direct pressure. Now long days at the office will be more comfortable, dinner more enjoyable, and painful car rides a thing of the past. Get your Egg Sitter Support Cushion for just $39.99. It comes with a free non-slip washable cover and our 10-year comfort guarantee. But wait, call right now and you can get a second cushion. Just pay separate fee. Call now.
Call 1-800-232-1564. That's 1-800-232-1564. Call now or go to eggsitter.com. Order now.
My name is Stephen Jaffe. The law firm's name is Farmer Jaffe. One of the beautiful things about Julius is he's always smiling, and it becomes infectious. The fact that Julius has a disability has absolutely nothing to do with the quality of work that he's done. Just a great person you want on your staff.
Hi, this is Dan Marino. When your business recruits people with disabilities, everybody wins. To find out how, go to disabilitieswork.employflorida.com.
Certainly missed you at the Star Wars game Friday night in Bradenton. The baseball team put on a Star Wars theme evening. I was there and you weren't.
I know. Well, one of my best friends from Michigan was visiting in town and we had a wedding to go to, so I had to not be able to do Star Wars that night. But I did sleep in the Chewbacca jersey that night, also the next night, and also the next night, and the next night.
The station has a poster of us up at the stadium next to the restrooms.
I feel like that's appropriate. That's about right.
High traffic area. 6:23 right now. The threat of salmonella is now hitting a snack favorite. Pepperidge Farms is voluntarily recalling 4 kinds of goldfish crackers. The company says there's a chance the products may be tainted. The 4 kinds were called extra cheddar, sour cream, whole grain, and pretzel.
All right, folks. Dun, 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 dun. Right, Ray?
That's it.
Okay, grab your favorite shot glass because it is National Tequila Day. Popular form of alcohol, jokingly named by someone as tequila, comes from the blue agave plant. Now, its names come from the town of Tequila, which is amazing if you've ever seen how they actually make it. The town is located in this valley near Guadalajara, Mexico. Popular drinks, of course, include the margarita, the tequila sunrise, and the bonus this year, National Tequila Day, falls on Taco Tuesday.
And you began your celebration last weekend.
I did. That's what's happening. All right, switching gears, hundreds of people continue their search for a missing college student in Iowa. 20-year-old Molly Tibbetts vanished last week.
ABC's Candace Gibson has our story.
In this morning's GMA First Look, the search entering its 6th day, growing more desperate for missing Iowa college student Molly Tibbetts. Police say the 20-year-old was out for a jog last Wednesday, never returning home. Missing posters going up all over the small farming community, shaken by Tibbetts' strange disappearance. Family and friends of the student joining the search, combing through thick rows of cornfields up to 9 feet tall.
We've got the State Patrol airplane up, and we've had some helicopters from local hospitals helping us out as well.
Investigators say the psychology major was last seen wearing gym shorts, a black sports bra, and running shoes. Her wallet and IDs all left behind at her boyfriend's brother's apartment.
This is not like her at all. She's a very responsible and conscientious young woman.
And we'll have the latest on the search coming up at 7 a.m. with your GMA First Look. I'm Candace Gibson, ABC News, New York.
If you have moderate to severe plaque psoriasis or psoriatic arthritis, little things can be a big deal. That's why there's Otezla. Otezla is not an injection or a cream. It's a pill that treats differently. For psoriasis, 75% clearer skin is achievable with reduced redness, thickness, and scaliness of plaques. And for psoriatic arthritis, Otezla is proven to reduce joint swelling, tenderness, and pain. And the Otezla prescribing information has no requirement for routine lab monitoring. Don't use if you're allergic to Otezla. Otezla may cause severe diarrhea, nausea, or vomiting. Tell your doctor if these occur. Otezla is associated with an increased risk of depression. Tell your doctor if you have a history of depression or suicidal thoughts or if these feelings develop. Some people taking Otezla reported weight loss. Your doctor should monitor your weight and may stop treatment. Other side effects include upper respiratory tract infection and headache. Tell your doctor about all the medicines you take and if you're pregnant or planning to be. Otezla, show more of you.
Today, everyone is looking for carpeting that lasts longer. G. Fried has you covered with Karastan. With a legacy of quality and integrity, we provide you with a huge selection of Karastan carpets with exclusive lifetime limited warranties. All installed by our highly skilled, highly knowledgeable team. Come ask us why Karastan is the best and most durable. G. Fried Flooring America. Our world is at your feet.
You want a Maserati, but you need an SUV. Why not have both? Levante, the Maserati of SUVs.
Experience it at Sunset Maserati Alfa Romeo of Sarasota.
When ABC7 declares a First Alert Weather Day, it means we can expect major changes to weather conditions here along the Suncoast.
It means there could be severe, potentially dangerous weather ahead.
We tell you when a First Alert Weather Day is coming because we want you to be prepared.
A First Alert Weather Day is an advance warning. We'll let you know about any changes in the weather when the first signs appear.
ABC7 First Alert Weather, we're here for you.
I took my first handful of pills, and that's when all my priorities seemed to change.
He would ask to use the bathroom in other people's homes.
He just assumed that they would have medication.
He'd go in their medicine cabinets and steal prescription drugs.
I wish I knew really what these prescription pills were.
We were so naive about the whole drug thing.
These are all synthetic forms of heroin.
Keep your medication locked up because you'll never notice that a pill is gone.
Mind your meds. Learn more from the Partnership for Drug-Free Kids.
I am the resident district manager on the FAU campus for Chartwell. Whenever I see Haley, I do not see a person with a disability. I see a person with extraordinary abilities. Haley is always smiling. She's always on time. She gives fantastic customer service and is always focused on any job that she's given.
Hi, this is Dan Marino. When your business recruits people with disabilities, everybody wins. To find out how, go to disabilitieswork.employflorida.com.
You're watching Good Morning Suncoast at 6:30.
This morning, the Miami Flight School involved in the plane crash over the Everglades that killed 4 is now closed. We're going to hear from the owner of that school.
Sarasota County will swear in their first ever police chief today. We'll have a preview of the ceremony.
And a warning this morning for swimmers that might be headed to those Suncoast beaches. We're going to have a live report from Lido Beach. Those stories plus your Tuesday forecast. Good Morning Suncoast starts right now. And thanks for joining us on this Tuesday morning. I'm Stephanie Webb.
I'm Ray Collins. July the 24th. John Scalzi is off. Josh Stone is here, tracking the weather this morning for us. Josh?
All right, thanks, Ray and Stephanie. 83 degrees of what the temperature is when we walk outside on this Tuesday morning. Dew point at 74, so it's a little muggy out there. And again, the winds out of the south and southwest at 11 miles per hour. This has been the story for the last several days. These winds coming in from the west and southwest thanks to an area of low pressure. It spins counterclockwise. Thus, the westerly, southwesterly winds. As far as showers go, well, some activity in the Gulf of Mexico, and some of these showers are going to be moving our way. The only game in town right now is here in basically central and western Manatee County. Well, really, it's east of 75, but just a light shower here. No lightning or thunder out of this right now. So it is good bet that we're going to get our shower activity as we go through the mid-morning hours, and then in the afternoon looks like heavier showers and storms could develop, but that will be inland today. Highs topping out in the upper 80s, low 90s, around average for this time of the year. But what can we expect for the rest of the next several days? We'll let you know when I come back. Back to you.
All right, talk to you soon. Got some traffic news to talk to you about. In Manatee County, get this, 14th Street West northbound. We're being told the road is closed from 57th to 53rd. So be aware of that if you live in that area. That's a pretty big thing. Northbound 41, we're being told it's closed from 57th to 53rd. Otherwise, besides that, all quiet in Manatee County. Sarasota County showing some action there by University in both directions on either side of 301. And then checking our final map to the south. Not much report there. Toward the base of your screen, some slowdowns. 41 northbound, where it actually goes east-west around Warm Mineral Springs.
Well, several people were rescued from Gulf Coast beaches yesterday. 5 on Clearwater Beach and 3 at Lido Beach.
And today there is still a high rip current in effect. Marla Spence is live from Lido Key with a preview of today. Marla?
Good morning, guys. Yeah, that high rip current risk is in effect until later tonight for area beaches. The National Weather Service issued that alert for several counties, including Sarasota, Manatee, Hillsborough, and Pinellas counties. Now, just yesterday, 5 swimmers at separate times struggled with strong rip currents, requiring them to be rescued. Luckily, none of those 5 required any medical treatment. Unfortunately, that was not the case for 3 people here on the Suncoast. 3 swimmers, a 40-year-old man, a 40-year-old woman, and a 10-year-old boy needed water rescue after nearly drowning at Lido Beach. Right now, their conditions are unknown at the moment, as they all are recovering in the hospital this morning. Mike Sullivan, who is the battalion chief for Sarasota County's fire department, was on scene during yesterday's rescue. He offers a few ways you can stay safe when it comes to rip currents.
Well, we always advise people with rip currents that they need to stay close to lifeguard stands and be mindful of that, be mindful of the swimming conditions that the lifeguards post with their advisory flags. So those are a lot of the safety tips that we try to recommend to people.
Now, if you do happen to get caught in a rip current, it is required and also recommended that you stay calm, that you yell for help, and you swim parallel to the shore. Reporting live in Sarasota County, I'm Marla Spence for ABC 7, your Suncoast News.
Thank you, Marla. This morning, forecasters warn about life-threatening flooding along the East Coast and dangerous heat out west. ABC's Diane Macedo has the latest on severe weather conditions.
This morning, 24 million Americans are under flash flood watches as relenting rain pounds the East Coast. Near Harrisburg, Pennsylvania, Hershey Park is closed after a nearby creek overflowed.
We showed up today for my mom's birthday. We planned it for a while, and we come and it's closed.
In nearby Pine Grove, this is the highway that leads into town. After days of heavy rain soaked the ground in Virginia, a 60-foot tree fell onto this home in Fairfax County, killing a woman inside.
This is pretty rare for us to run, but obviously with all the rain and the past couple of days, things of that nature, the roots of these trees have really loosened up.
And it's not just the East Coast. Hail and heavy rain pounded the Colorado Springs area.
Hold on.
An hour after an officer posted a warning and video showing fast-moving water on a road, crews had to rescue a woman from a flooded ditch nearby. Farther west, the dry and hot conditions continue to fuel wildfire near Yosemite. The fire is now threatening 3,500 buildings, and the terrain burning is so rugged, it's making the firefight even more challenging.
With all the hazard trees, all the standing dead trees, I've never seen anything like this in 20 years of firefighting.
The heat is now spreading into the Northwest, where people in Seattle are bracing for a rare experience: 90-degree temperatures for 7 consecutive days. Diane Macedo, ABC News, New York.
New this morning, wildfires in Greece have killed 49 people. Fire officials say 166 adults and children have been hospitalized for injuries, 11 adults in serious condition. The fire spread so quickly through neighborhoods that people were unable to escape. Amazing video there. Greece has requested help from the European Union. The latest update this morning is that a military transport plane will be arriving with 60 firefighters from Cyprus and also 2 water-dropping planes from Spain.
A fire in Bradenton has destroyed a home with 19 dogs inside. Fire officials say 2 of those dogs died, 8 were found safe. But this morning, the search continues for the 9 other dogs that were in that house. A call for a residential structure fire on 26th Avenue West came in around 4 o'clock yesterday afternoon. Now, the people who were home at the time of the fire were able to escape unharmed.
When we arrived, all the occupants were out. They were in the front of the house. They were frantically communicating to us that there were animals inside. We immediately made entry and performed a search.
Now, investigators are still trying to figure out exactly why so many dogs were in one house and what it was that caused that fire.
A 17-year-old suspected killer, that's right, 17-year-old suspected killer, remains on the run in Manatee County, and this morning we are hearing now from one of the victim's friends. Deputies are looking for this boy, Joe Claire-Juste, wanted in connection to Sunday's double homicide behind the shopping plaza there on Cortez Road. Deputies also revealed there is a 4th person involved in the case who they are now calling a witness. One of the victim's friends says he wants his friend, Caleb Bowman, to be remembered as a genuine, caring person.
The kid had a lot of potential. It's really tragic that somebody just takes it away like that.
Now, detectives have said that the suspect and the victims knew each other. Crime Stoppers is offering a $3,000 reward to help find that suspect. If you can help, call 866-634-TIPS.
New this morning, an update on that fatal plane crash in Miami last week that left 4 people dead after 2 planes collided in midair and then crashed in the Everglades. Now, the flight school, Dean International, has now shut down. Students found out about the closing as they gathered for a memorial for the victims at Miami Executive Airport. Now, Dean International's lawyers and owners decided to shut down and liquidate the company. However, they say the crash was not the company's fault and that those planes were working properly at the time of the crash.
There was no maintenance issue. Everything was okay with these planes. They didn't see each other. It just happened.
Now, the closure affects about 200 students at varying levels of finishing up their pilot training. The majority of the students are not U.S. citizens, which also causes big issues with their visas, since the school that sponsored those visas is now closed.
Happening today, Sarasota County will swear in its first ever school police chief. Paul Growhowski will lead the district's new police department. Judge Lee Hayworth will administer the oath of office today. There'll be an informal meet and greet with the public and the school district after the ceremony at 1:30. Growhowski comes from a college campus in Southern California. School begins in less than 3 weeks.
Still to come on Good Morning Suncoast.
Stormy Daniels, her husband, has now filed for divorce. We'll tell you what he says caused the split when we come back. But first,
here is a live look this morning out at Lido Beach. Got lots of rip current warnings going on this morning. Could continue throughout the day. And for a look at the rest of the day's forecast, we head over to Josh Schoen.
Here's a peek outside our window first at the tower camera, looking at a beautiful sky developing there. I'm sure Josh can look at those clouds in the sky and tell us exactly what we're seeing up there.
Yeah, we're going to continue to have clouds come in from the Gulf of Mexico. We have an area of low pressure to our north that will spiral in these showers and thunderstorms off the Gulf of Mexico. Right now, for the immediate radar along the Suncoast, everything pretty quiet. Little lone cell and shower here in central Manatee County, but looks like we're going to get our share of shower activity as we go through the mid to late morning hours and into the afternoon. We'll talk more about this when I come back. Stay with us.
If you don't want to fall immediately into love, look away. If you don't want to awaken a desire for excellence, look away. If you don't want to be seduced, please look away.
Rediscover your passion for driving at Sunset Maserati Alfa Romeo of Sarasota.
We've been fighting the war on drugs for a long time. We answer the phone 24/7, 365 days a year. On a busy night, we answer hundreds of calls. This war on drugs needs our intervention.
Since 2014, Addiction Hope and Helpline has helped people struggling with drugs and alcohol.
When the phone rings, we help people when they need it the most. When we get a caller into treatment, it feels right. It feels good. It's a blessing.
If you're struggling, drinking, using, and need to get clean, don't suffer alone in silence. Call Addiction Hope and Helpline.
Our people understand, and many are also in recovery. Call for support and strength. You can call for someone who can't or isn't willing. It's an act of love. Together we can help you beat this thing and erase addiction from your vocabulary once and for all.
Call 800-871-1644. 800-871-1644.
If you're looking for the perfect trip that allows you to spend quality time with the family, then discover the great outdoors on an Alabama Black Belt adventure. Create unforgettable memories while hunting, canoeing, camping, and more. Or challenge yourself on Robert Trent Jones Golf Trail, now celebrating 25 years. And while you're here, enjoy a Deep South dining experience. Book your adventure in one of our members' lodges or stay at the Renaissance Montgomery Hotel and Spa. Start planning an Alabama Black Belt adventure today.
We answered the call of duty and left our homes to serve in far-off lands. Now we answer another call, this time at home, in our own communities, to respond in times of chaos. To use our strength, our skills, and our experiences to bring hope amid devastation and destruction. Together, as a team of brothers and sisters, we're continuing our mission to make this country a little stronger and a little better each day. We are Team Rubicon.
Performing on stage takes mental and physical preparation. But one thing I never thought to prepare for was cervical cancer. 91% of cervical cancers are caused by the human papillomavirus, or HPV. The good news is there are vaccines that can protect you or your children from cancer. I survived my cancer, but you can stop cancer before it starts. Talk to your doctor and go to thinkaboutthelink.org to learn more.
To see on this Tuesday morning, I'm meteorologist Josh Dillon for John Scalzi today. He has the day off. In fact, the rest of the week off. Good for him. 82 degrees right now is our current temperature in Sarasota. It is 83 in Cortez, 84 in both Venice and Inglewood. A little further inland, 77 in Arcadia at this time. How about the winds? Well, same old song and dance for the last several days. Winds coming in from the west and southwest. Same situation right now. Sustained in Anna Maria Island at 15 miles per hour. Longboat Key, 14 miles per hour. Down in Siesta Key, 13 miles per hour. Inland a little bit less, but still, we're going to continue to see the winds blow in from the Gulf of Mexico from the west and southwest today, thanks to an area of low pressure to our north that will whip around counterclockwise and bring those winds in from the west and southwest. Well, the radar lighting up here in the Gulf of Mexico once again. We have some areas of disturbances that are riding around this area of low pressure that ignite these showers and even thunderstorms here in the Gulf of Mexico and track our way. Right now along the Suncoast, not much to show you. Earlier we did have a shower that developed around Casey Key and then in central Manatee County, but those were isolated and short-lived and for the most part moderate to light shower activity. But as we go through the day, we could get some heavier showers that develop. I think the heaviest stuff most likely will be inland. But the culprit, once again, stubborn area of low pressure continues to whip around counterclockwise. It's to our north here in southern Georgia. And eventually this is going to move out of the way. An area of high pressure will settle in from the south. But we will continue to be in this westerly southwesterly pattern, which means the winds coming in from the Gulf of Mexico will bring in clouds and our share of showers as we go through the rest of the work week and even into the upcoming weekend. Our Futurecast in-house model being a little aggressive around some heavy showers and thunderstorms around Arcadia, but it's kind of hard to tell exactly and pinpoint this is the spot it's going to happen. But one thing for sure, we probably are going to get our share of showers and storms that will be heavier inland as we go through especially the afternoon hours. And then specks of showers scattered in nature will take place. As far as tropics go, nothing to show you here. Everything is quiet. That's what we like to see. But we are ramping up into the heat of the season here as we get into August and September. That's when things start to increase. I think the Atlantic, at least right now, is shut down. But the water temperature in the Caribbean and the Gulf of Mexico is extremely warm. So any little system that gets going, we'll have to watch very closely. But the upper level wind shear is pretty strong, so anything that does develop looks like it could get sheared apart. And as we showed you, nothing happening right now in the tropics. Story right now, though, is a strong rip current, so if you're going to the beach today, just look out for that. Boaters southwesterly wind at 15 knots, seas 2 to 4 feet just offshore with a moderate chop. Temperature at the beach today, 87 degrees, but again, it's going to be cloudy and our share of showers will take place. 88 for the high today, and it will actually feel closer to 100 degrees, so pretty warm out there. As far as the 7-day outlook, clouds, showers, and storms for the next several days. Highs topping out in the low 90s, and that's just the case because we're in this westerly, southwesterly pattern. Back to you.
All right, thanks so much, Josh. Let's take a look outside and check on your traffic again. Once again, we're still watching this spot right here in Manatee County, right there at 14th Street in the northbound lane. There's a lane blocked at 53rd Avenue. So again, 14th Street in the northbound lane, there's a lane blocked at 53rd Avenue in that spot. Then in Sarasota County, those roads are still running pretty decent so far at this hour. Just a couple hot spots as you're coming off of 75 onto Fruitville and Bee Ridge and Clark. Starting to see some delays in that area. A little farther south, 75, 41. Both of those are running pretty smooth so far this morning. 6:47. That is your first alert traffic. Well, the husband of adult film star Stormy Daniels has filed for divorce. Glendon Miller Crane also filed for a temporary restraining order, which was granted. Now, Daniels and Crane got married back in November of 2015, but stopped living together earlier this month. The divorce petition says there was a conflict of personalities, and he alleges that Daniels was unfaithful. He's also seeking sole parental custody of their daughter. Crane says no one in the adult film entertainment industry should be around their daughter. A hearing is set for July 27th.
For students, classes resume in less than 3 weeks, and Sarasota police are collecting school supplies again this year. They call it Pack the Patrol Car. You can stop by the police station near Payne Park and drop off supplies in a police cruiser. It's from now until Friday, August 10th. You can stop by and drop off donations between 6 a.m. and 9 p.m. Last year, they collected more than 2,000 school supplies. They hope to beat that number this year. Looking for supplies for all grade levels? There's a list right there on your screen. For a complete list, go to our website, mysuncoast.com. And Florida's annual back-to-school sales tax holiday is Friday, August 3rd to Sunday the 5th. It applies to clothes that cost up to $60 per item and certain school supplies that sell up for $15. A complete list at floridarevenue.com.
Oh my gosh, school is right around the corner.
I know, at mid-August in Florida.
Oh, wow.
Still ahead, your day's top news headlines and our top 7 before 7 a.m.
That includes one last look at your first alert weather and traffic, and we're going to show you a bizarre moment from Key West. But this view, not so bizarre, actually kind of pretty so far.
Pretty pastel sky there on the Suncoast. You're watching Good Morning Suncoast, of all things, ABC 7.
Picking out a new ceiling fan? That's a do-it-yourself. Installing your new ceiling fan?
No.
That's a don't do-it-yourself. For ceiling fans, rewires, or anything electrical, play it safe. And call on the trained electricians from your locally owned Mr. Sparky. It's no accident that so many of our customers are repeat customers. Trust Mr. Sparky for all your electrical repairs.
Call 888-8-SPARKY.
Temperatures are rising and the deals are heating up during the summer clearance event at Sunset Dodge Chrysler Jeep Ram Fiat in Sarasota. Shop the area's largest selection of new 2018 Jeep Wranglers. Or get the most awarded SUV of all time, a new Jeep Cherokee for as little as $19,999. Find the path to your next great adventure in the all-new Jeep Compass for just $17,999. Better prices, bigger selection. Go to Sunset Dodge Chrysler Jeep Ram Fiat in Sarasota.
When you are home alone, an emergency can become a tragedy. However, with any of Life Alert's 3 emergency systems, help can be summoned immediately, whether in the bathroom,
I've fallen in the shower.
at home,
Help! I've fallen and I can't get up.
and on the go.
Help! I've fallen in the park and I can't get up.
Don't worry, help is on the way.
Life Alert saves a life every 11 minutes.
For a free Life Alert brochure, call 1-800-518-0221. That's 1-800-518-0221. Call now, 1-800-518-0221. For a free brochure, call 1-800-518-0221.
Thank you.
What are you doing? You are the best protection she has. Buddy up. I'm Jill Harrington. Please visit helpsavethenextgirl.com and get involved.
Ever since I can remember, I've been intrigued by industrial design and the optimization.
Wait, that's passion? Ever since I can remember, my passion has been industrial design. We need 3D printers for Miss Adams' engineering program so that we are ready to solve 21st century challenges.
Impressive. Think It Up is a new initiative to support student-powered, teacher-led learning projects. Students and teachers, how can you spark great learning experiences in your classroom today? Think It Up.
20-year-old college student who vanished without a trace almost a week ago. This morning, we're hearing from her mother and her boyfriend. And it is 6:52. Here's your top 7 before 7.
First off, the forecast today from Josh Stone.
All right, clouds and showers in our forecast today, and then as we go through the next several days, much of the same because of this westerly, southwesterly flow around this stubborn area of low pressure that's to our north. We're going to continue to be in this pattern, so clouds just about every day here, and the showers and storms, depending exactly where they will happen, that's kind of hard to depict, but we will get our share of showers and storms along the Suncoast, as you can see, for the rest of the work week and even into the weekend. Back to you.
Thank you, Josh. Number 2, traffic. That earlier issue on 14th Street West has since cleared up. No major issues right now on Suncoast roads.
Number 3, a high rip current risk is in effect this morning for several counties, including both Sarasota and Manatee counties. Now, just yesterday, 5 people had to be rescued from rip currents at Clearwater Beach. 3 had to be rescued from Lido Beach.
Number 4, wildfires in Greece have killed 49 people. The fire department says 166 adults and kids have been hospitalized for injuries. Today, a military transport plane will be arriving with 60 firefighters from Cyprus, and 2 water-dropping planes from Spain will arrive to assist as well.
Number 5, that Miami flight school involved in the fatal plane crash that killed 4 has now officially closed its doors. Now, that closure affects about 200 students at the school, finishing up varying levels of their pilot training.
Number 6, happening today in Sarasota, the county will swear in its first ever schools police chief. Paul Grohowski will lead the district's new police department. Grohowski comes from a college campus in Southern California. School begins in less than 3 weeks.
And number 7, scores of Ernest Hemingway lookalikes took to the Key West streets Saturday for the running of the bulls, a way safer takeoff on the annual run that's always held in Spain. Now, they were celebrating the 119th anniversary of what would have been Hemingway's birthday on July 21st. This weird race was all part of Key West Hemingway Days, which are really fun. They, of course, honor the legendary American author who lived and wrote on the island back in the 1930s.
Not exactly a race, huh?
They don't look like they're running there.
It's like a really slow stroll.
Yeah. That's so much
I will
fun.
get there first.
That place is so much fun. Have you been to the Hemingway house?
Yes, I have.
Yeah, there's cats everywhere.
It is. Yeah, still to this day,
Yep.
they still. And there was a big thing when Hurricane Irma went through about what was going to happen to all those cats.
know.
The caretaker stayed and didn't want to leave because he wanted to take care of all those cats.
I love in the backyard, you can go up a back stairway to the garage area, I believe. You can see where Hemingway wrote.
Yes.
It's all intact.
Yeah, it is pretty amazing.
Stand
and his
there.
daughters are still involved in it, too.
Is that right?
Yep, still involved in the house as well.
I have never been to Key West. I need to go.
Really?
soon.
What are you waiting for?
I know. I've missed out.
That's right. Right,
You
yes.
can take a boat from Fort Myers.
Yeah. The express that goes over there. It's only like
I've
2
heard
hours,
that.
isn't it?
Yeah,
I've heard
yeah.
that.
It's fun. You can
And
bring your own
there's
booze.
a great Halloween party, apparently.
Yes, it is.
I've heard of that.
Yes, Fantasy Fest.
As a journalist, I've attended that just to make sure things were okay.
Really? Okay.
Yes. Yeah. So you got some rain today, buddy?
Yes, showers and storms in the forecast. Continuing to roll off the Gulf of Mexico thanks to this westerly wind. Been talking about that all morning. That's going to be the case today and for the next several days, actually. We're going to be stuck in this pattern. So, yeah,
All
kind
right.
of rainy, wet weather, hit or miss showers scattered in nature.
Summer in Florida, folks.
Yeah, that time of year. Enjoy your Tuesdays. We'll see you tomorrow on Good Morning Suncoast.